Welcome to my NFL draft preview. I'm going to go through the picks 1 through 30, go through each team's pick, say what I think they should do, what I think they will do. Um, yeah, and just give my opinions of the different players. And I guess I'll just do the Raiders at the end since I don't really have a pick. I'll do the first five today and then um, do more in the coming weeks. So number one, the Indianapolis Colts. They're obviously going to pick Andrew Luck, and I'm a unabashed Andrew Luck lover. I think he's going to be a top 10 quarterback next year in his rookie season. It wouldn't shock me at all if the Colts went 8-8 or something with him. Like, some people have Griffin ahead of him. I don't see it at all. I think in terms of reading coverages, understanding a pro style offense, I think Luck is far and away above Griffin. That's not to say that I don't like Robert Griffin III, though. The Redskins are obviously going to take him second. He has just an absolute cannon. He probably has the strongest arm I've seen since maybe Matt Stafford. He might even have a stronger arm than him, but definitely has a stronger arm than Andrew Luck. Although people have criticized Luck's arm strength, I don't see it. He has a stronger arm than Matt Ryan. He has a stronger arm than a lot of NFL quarterbacks. I actually think in terms of arm talent, Luck is really similar to Aaron Rodgers in his mobility and throwing on the run and things of that nature. With Griffin, he's a better athlete and he has a stronger arm, but he's just not as accurate. And if you watch the tape, a lot of times he's throwing to wide open receivers. I don't know what it is about the Big 12 and how they apparently don't like to play defense, but I mean, he just has so much space to throw to. It looks like the field is like twice as wide as it should be. He just has wide open receivers running everywhere. You don't really see him fit balls into tight windows that often, which I think he could struggle with, at least at first in the NFL. Yeah, I don't think Griffin is gonna. I think he's gonna be a great quarterback. I don't think in his rookie season, he's gonna start because the Redskins have no better option. But I think he could use another year of seasoning. His pocket. I'm not crazy about his pocket presence and awareness. I think he tucks the ball and runs too fast. I could get him in trouble in the NFL. But I mean, they're two great quarterbacks, and obviously the Colts and Redskins are going to be happy with their pick. So that's going to be one is going to be Luck to the Colts, two is going to be Griffin to the Redskins, three is going to be Khalil to the Vikings, the offensive tackle. And I like Matt Khalil a lot. I think he's probably the best tackle to come out in quite a while. I do think he needs to bulk up a little bit, especially if he's going to excel in run blocking. I think he's going to be he's a great pass protector already. Although he could struggle against the bull rush. He's just not that big, but he's has the height, the athleticism, everything you'd want from an offensive tackle. I think he's a little overrated just from how crazy everyone else is about him. Just in that his mental lapses sometimes. It almost seems like he takes plays off. He gets a little lazy, but the Vikings need a tackle, and this is a perfect fit. I mean, those three picks you could pretty much just set in stone already, which is usually not the case. The draft is usually really unpredictable. Which takes us to the poor Browns at number 4, who, man, they got unlucky. The first three players, Luck, Griffin, and Khalil, I think you'd feel happy taking all three of them at number 1 overall. If the Colts didn't need a quarterback, like Khalil could be a number 1 pick. But after that, everyone else is people you feel good picking at like 7 or 8, not 4. There's those 3 elite players, and then it really drops off. So for the Browns at 4, I think I said it after I saw the Redskins trade, and I think it's even more of a possibility now that Ryan Tannehill goes number 4 to the Browns. And I don't even think it'd be that much of a reach. I really like Ryan Tannehill. He's a former wide receiver, so he has some. He's only played 19 games, I think, at quarterback in college. So he has a lot of. He needs a lot of seasoning. You definitely you don't want to start him right away. You want to have him sit for at least 1 or 2 years, which the Browns could do actually with Colt McCoy. The other possibilities are Blackman and Richardson. Again, great players, but I'd feel a lot better drafting them at like 7 or 8, not 4. And I mean, at some point, the Browns have to get a quarterback. I mean, you could add a receiver in Blackman or a running back in Richardson, but I mean, you're not gonna make the playoffs with Colt McCoy, or at least I don't think so. And if you don't address it here, then when are you gonna address it? I mean, Colt McCoy was a second round pick. They went that route, and that really hasn't worked. So I don't see why they would add another second round pick. I think they'd like to move back if they possibly can, because just to get better value on Tannehill. But I think they'll. I actually think they will pick Tannehill, and I don't. I think it'll be end up being a good pick. I mean, like I said, he's raw, but he's has a really strong arm. He's fantastic throwing on the run. He's probably better than Luck or Griffin at throwing on the run. But the offense he ran at A&M, Texas A&M, was just so simple. I mean, there's just all sorts of rollouts and play action. Seems like they only ran like 10 pass plays. So he has a lot of work to do, but the talent's there. I mean, like I said, former wide receiver, so he's really athletic. All three of the quarterbacks, Luck, Griffin, and Tannehill, are really athletic. Yeah, people don't talk about Luck's athleticism enough. He had the exact same combine measurables as Cam Newton last year, and well, he's not Cam Newton athletically, but he's not that far off. Yeah, he's fast, he's big. If you go on YouTube and look up Luck tackles USC player, I mean, it's the hardest hit I've ever seen a quarterback give was after one of his running backs fumbled and a guy from USC picked up the ball. So he's tough. That's the concern I have about Griffin is he's so slender and he has such. I mean, he's tall enough, but he just seems like a lot like Michael Vick. He might get hurt, which probably isn't fair to say because he hasn't really missed games in college. But I don't know. If he gets hit a lot, I could really see him getting hurt. Whereas Luck is just so solidly built. I don't really think that's a concern. So at number 4, yeah, I think Tannehill. If it's not Tannehill, there's the possibilities are Richardson and Blackman, who I think Richardson's overrated. I don't see what everyone's raving about. I wouldn't pick him in the top 10. He's not Adrian Peterson. He doesn't have that burst. He doesn't have the top end speed. He's going to be a good running back. I see him a lot like Maurice Jones-Drew. It's an easy comparison to make because of the body type, but yeah. And the other thing is there's just no value for running backs. I mean, look at all the best running backs last year. Adrian Peterson on the Vikings, Jones-Drew on the Jaguars. I mean, they're terrible teams. There's a reason they're picking so high. So I just would have a really hard time taking Richardson in the top 5 or at 4 where the Browns would pick him. Same with Blackman, who's great, but he's not Calvin Johnson. He's not. I don't even think he's Des Bryant athletically. Maybe he has a little bit better hands, but so at number 5, I think it's a pretty easy pick for the Buccaneers. I think they're going to go with Morris Claiborne, the cornerback from LSU, who compares favorably to Patrick Peterson last year, who kind of had a rough rookie season defensively. I mean, he was a stud on special teams, but I think they go Claiborne. Again, I've heard people say Richardson here, and I don't see it. I mean, their running back last year, like Garrett Blunt, who had a bad year, but I mean, he was an undrafted free agent, and they still got a decent amount of production from him. So I mean, I could see Richardson falling all the way to the Jets at 16. I actually think someone will trade up to get him before then, but if he gets past the Browns and the Browns and the Bucks, you could slide quite a ways. And the Bucks really need help in their secondary. Their starting corner Aqib Talib keeps getting arrested and might get kicked out of the league. So I think they go Claiborne there. They just signed Vincent Jackson, so receiver's not that big of a need. So yeah, I think the first 5 picks are going to be Luck to the Colts, Griffin to the Redskins, Khalil to the Vikings. And then as of right now, I think Tannehill at 4 to the Browns. I think that is actually, if I had to guess right now, that's what I would say. The other wild card at 4 is Melvin Ingram, the pass rusher from South Carolina, who I really like, but it's still a little too high for him. But so yeah, Tannehill at 4, and then Claiborne at 5, and then I'll do picks 6 through 10 after I watch more film and scout more players. All right, bye.